everyone. So in this week's video, I get very emotional, very vulnerable with you. It was a very hard video to make, but I feel as though it might help somebody if they're dealing with imposter syndrome. And I'm also going to link how to ADHD down in the description below, in order for you to check out Jessica's video on her imposter syndrome, and also any other material you might need to help you with your ADHD, ADD, and killing it in the world. But yeah, next week we'll be back to normal videos, and if there's any other subjects you'd like me to tackle, please leave them down in the comment section below. Like and share, and I'll see you guys next week. Hey everyone, this week's original video that I was planning is going to be moved to next week. It's just the video that I want to do has more cinematics and stuff like that, and plus I bought something that's going to help me with that, because I just want to bump up my videos a little bit, like gradually doing that over time. First starting off with buying the gimbal, and then eventually upgrading my phone to the newer phones. And anyway, I just watched a video that Jessica McCabe did on her channel, How to ADHD, and her video makes me want to cry, but at the same time, she's kind of speaking how I feel a lot. And her video was on imposter syndrome, where I constantly feel like I don't belong making content. Like, I don't belong in the realm of fitness and weight loss and talking about mental health and stuff like that. And like, I'm not a picture of good health. I am a upper 20s guy trying to get in the best shape of his life, and it's not even just his physical shape, it's his mental. It's becoming a better person for me, and hopefully helping someone along the way better themselves. Like, I struggle with imposter syndrome a lot, and it's what keeps me from being it's one of the many things that keeps me from being very consistent with my YouTube videos. It's what keeps me away from being very consistent with Instagram, because like, whether I like it or not, there's a lot of tools out there that can help me like mass batch create things and then just schedule it on like later.com or schedule it on YouTube and stuff like that, and just let it upload itself. But there's that feeling of not belonging. When it comes to mental health, like, I'm not diagnosed with anything, but I know I have depression. I know I have anxiety. I know I have ADHD, and after talking to my mom, I most likely have ODD, which is oppositional defiance disorder. Like, I feel like I don't belong in that community, because I'm not, my case isn't as bad as my brother's, or it's not bad enough to it's not bad enough to compare to people like Jessica or anybody else that I have researched in the ADHD field. but I struggle every day. Like, not even just with imposter syndrome, and not even with the health and fitness and mental health community. I suffer from imposter syndrome with the indigenous community because my family, though, is made up of a bunch of different races, it always comes down to French indigenous and black, but that's another story for another day. And some of my family comes from Bordeaux, France. Some of my family is from the Blackfeet reservation up in Saskatchewan or Manitoba, I think. My great grandmother came from the reservation. But because of something my biological father said once, and I don't even want to give him the satisfaction of being called father because he's not. He's a sperm donor and that's about it. But he told me that there is not enough indigenous in us to matter. And I'm like, that doesn't compute for me. My whole life I've been researching my culture. I have fallen in love with a lot of the history of my culture, being an indigenous person. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of darkness in indigenous history. I know that. Like, I'm learning more now that 215 babies were found buried in Kamloops, British Columbia, but being indigenous is a huge part of my life. I've never been to a powwow or anything, and I don't know much about my family yet because we still have to do a lot of the ancestry, but my brother and I were like the only kids that were at it in pardon me, it was called an Indian burial ground back then, but an indigenous burial ground at the river here in Windsor. It was like 4 or 5 bodies, I think it was, that were found, and then there was a huge ceremony to rebury them and bless the area. And I remember that like it was yesterday. I could still picture in my mind that day. I can still remember seeing the bones in the ground. The imposter syndrome for me is real, and I suffer from it every day. I'm working on helping myself to feel more accepted, because I even feel like an imposter at work. This one's hard for me to talk about because I'm at work right now. But sometimes it's hard for me to believe that I've worked hard enough to be where I'm at. Even though I don't have the title, because there's something I need to earn before I can be the actual kitchen manager. It's hard for me to believe that I'm good at my job sometimes. Because some of the things I suffer from with ADHD keep me from being the best that I could be every single day. But at the same time, when it really matters, I'm extremely good at my job. And I do mean extremely good at my job. And my manager, bless his soul for dealing with me for the past 4 years, but he wouldn't have given me the responsibility I have if he didn't feel as though I can do it. And there's a part of me that feels as though I've proved myself. I've proven myself to show myself that I am good at my job. There was one night a couple weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. It was crazy. I think I had like 25 orders all night by myself, and some of them were pretty big orders. And at the end of the night, I stood there, and it was kind of like an out-of-body experience where I'm like, holy fuck, I'm good at my job. I've come a long way as well, because at the beginning of my career, I would have gotten so much anxiety from all the orders pouring in that I would have freaked out. I would have walked away. I would have sworn at the top of my lungs, which I still do that. I call myself a Chef Ramsay type. I work in bars. I work in pubs. Like, do you expect me not to swear? But I am good at my job. And I've worked very hard to get here. I've worked very hard to be the cook that I am, to be the employee that I am, to be the coworker that I am, to be the manager that I am and will be. I have 3 amazing cooks working under me. 2 of them being my best friends. The other one, she's a really good friend. So is her sister. Her sister's really getting to be one of my best friends. And I owe my staff everything. Including the staff that I've had in the past. There's one cook that I've had in the past where, God, I'd give her the world if I could, because even though we're both thick-headed and we're both opinionated, she came through for me so much. And I owe her a lot. At least I feel that. I know it's just a job and she was getting paid for it, but it takes a strong person and a strong employee or co-worker to deal with a manager that is fantastic at one point and gets everything done in advance and is freaking amazing, but it's a complete other when he struggles with mental health issues all the time and can't always be at the top of his game, even though he really, really wants to. But sometimes wanting isn't enough. Sometimes willing yourself and wanting yourself to be amazing isn't enough. And I know there's one person in my life that will like preach to the heavens that you could do anything you want, you just have to freaking manifest it. And it's like, no, you fucking can't. Sometimes you just need help from someone else because you can't do it all on your own, and no matter how much you want to think it or manifest it, it's not gonna fucking happen. Another reason why I feel as though I don't belong where I am at work is because almost constantly, because of my mental health and because I can't get things done the way I should be able to. I remember 2 summers ago, my boss's now fiance broke down in tears because I couldn't carry my weight at work. And she's like, I can't do this. I can't get that out of my mind. And unfortunately, on some of my bad days here at work, I dwell on it. God, I owe her a lot too. Because she's one of the reasons why I'm doing YouTube, because she's kind of pushing me. She's always asking my boss, hey, when's the next video coming out? It's coming, I swear. It's just gonna take me some time. I'm trying. Mental health is a very serious thing. If you feel as though you're struggling from imposter syndrome, ADHD, ODD, anxiety, depression, any of that, please reach out to me or somebody. I might not be able to keep my own health in check, my own mental health in check, but I'm really good with my friends. And I consider you all my friends. I'm really good at giving advice. I just suck at taking it myself. I'm gonna leave down in the description below some mental health hotlines if you need any help whatsoever. And I don't work with this company, they're not sponsoring it or anything, but reach out to BetterHelp. It's a worldwide program that will have you talking to a counselor within 48 hours. It's not a crisis line whatsoever, but there are people there to help. And from what I understand, they work with what you can pay. I need to call them, set up an appointment or something. You are worth it. You belong. Even on your hardest days, if you feel as though you don't, you do. There's no question on that whatsoever. You're worth it. You belong. You're amazing. Don't forget that. I will see you guys next week with a much happier video. I got a re-announcement that I want to make that I'm extremely excited for. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for everything. And for those that I mentioned in this video, you're rock stars. Each and every one of you. I owe you so much. But right now all I can do is say thank you. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you guys later.